Namaste, my brothers and sisters, and welcome to Namaste Today in the Zodiac Weather. My name is Stepº13, Witecki, your sensei to Sirius joy. Thank you for joining me today in this video, no matter what time you do find it. It is from Monday, October 6th, 2014. And today, things may go a little unexpected. We have a Mercury retrograde and we have Uranus ruling the day. So one of the first things today is just to accept and receive when things happen and why. But it's all due to this, step 13 ruling the day. Now, step 13, in my opinion, is the cosmic shift. I think we all know something about this in our own consciousness with 13. We have a lot of weird spookiness around 13, both as a lucky number and an unlucky number for cultures around the world. The number comes down, in my opinion, in astronumerology, to the fact that we open up to our beliefs, and that's where we have a quantum intention of 4. We end up going for the 4. The 4 is the innovation. The 4 is the breakthrough. But before the 4, it's all breakdown. And sometimes things just don't work. So today, first of all, to start you off in your cosmic shift, I thought I would take you higher into Machu Picchu. And when I look at these pictures, I am just stunned at the idea. Could you imagine living in such amazing beauty around you? It'd be like living in the mountains in Hawaii, too. That would be almost as stunning. So beautiful. And it would definitely change your perspective on life if this was your worldview. We'll hold that thought for a second because we're going to bring that back up in the Sensei Sunrise. But first, let's tame our brain, shall we, with the phrase of the day. I love and trust where my adventure takes me today. I love and trust where my adventure takes me. So when you get stuck in traffic, I love and trust where my adventure takes me. So when you're waiting for this or off on this direction and not knowing why, I love and trust where my adventure takes me. That's why I'm taking you up in Machu Picchu here. It's an adventure. Adventure is exciting. Adventure is fun. Adventure is the unknown. And so we're preparing our minds, hey, we don't know where this is going to go today. And that's okay. That opens us up to unlimited possibilities, which is the mantra of the 3. I love and trust where my adventure will take me. And let's hope it's fun. So step 13 rules the day. This comes down to a joy quest intention. To bring joy into our life, we're really looking for a new way of belonging. That's where we're going to end up. We're going to feel a new way of belonging. And this new way of belonging comes from following our philosophies, following our beliefs. But the question is, are we really in alignment with our true beliefs? The moon is in Pisces, so good for us. This is, although wishy-washy and not very focused and all over the map, we are actually more connected to spirit than not. Our emotions are connected to spirit right now, and we're seeking emotional revelation, and we're seeking guidance right now. We're trying to get out of this energetic corner we feel trapped in. So by tonight's sky, I don't know if you'll have your answers just yet, but you will feel spiritual, you will feel quiet. So if today is really rocky and difficult, just get to the night sky. I think you'll feel better. So let's look at the chakras involved. The chakras today is I belong, because that is our quantum intention. We're trying to get to our joy in a step 4. That means we're trying to see the big picture. Seeing the big picture is really seeing where everything belongs. I belong is Aquarius, by the way. The one spectrum of human consciousness that we're all not good at, that we're all not practiced at, is allowing things to go where they belong. We'll talk more about that, but today that's what it is. It's about, we want to actually go with our third eye, not our root chakra, and what it tells us to do. Now the moon is, thank goddess, kind of orbiting emotionally in the highest spectrum today, so our crown chakra is lit up through emotion, which means if you follow your feelings today, if you follow your feelings around, you're going to find that it brings you into spiritual revelation. That's the cool thing. And I want to point out that once we're in step 10 and beyond, today we're in step 13, that we're always employing the I manifest. So we're always in step 10 and. So today we are manifesting our beliefs. Yesterday we were manifesting our emotions. Tomorrow we manifest our innovation. But recognize that what you be is what comes right now, and so it's very important to love and protect your core so that everything from this point is manifested with a solid core, right? So this brings us to planet soup. What's God going on up there, Christopher? Well, I'll tell you. The sun is at 13 degrees. So that means we're going to have breakdown, breakthrough. In some cases, this means that you've been tolerating a situation way too long and it finally cracks at this point, finally breaks down. Mercury retrograde may mean that truth comes out on top of it. If something has already started to fall, this might be the next level of dominoes going down with this breakthrough. But it's more than this, because we're actually 48 hours from a total lunar eclipse in Aries. And my next show, the Tuesday show, is going to go into depth about the lunar eclipse. But today is the preparation for that eclipse, and really they could all happen at any time. A lunar eclipse is a very powerful event where some emotion that we have been eclipsing comes forward for us to deal with. So today is the beginning of that slip, and technically a lunar eclipse event, a lot of people have an event that harbors around the eclipse. The lunar eclipse event can happen 48 hours before to 48 hours after the actual eclipse. It has to do with your own personal soul biography. So today is the beginning of those dominoes tumbling down, but I argue it's a lot more than what we see. For one, today our joy quest is 4, so we're looking for a breakthrough. The joy quest of Venus, also in Libra, is 8, and that means that as we break through on some degree into a higher level, that's what we're trying to do, is break through to a higher level. It will involve deciding what we're not going to give and receive with Venus. So we are perhaps turning our back on something to go higher. Just a little clue from the planets. The moon is in Pisces, so whatever we're dealing, whatever is broken down today, whatever the reason is that holds you up in traffic or keeps your video from going online at the right time, it's okay. That's what we say to ourselves. It's okay. We have to really be completely non-judgmental of our feelings and our experience in order to get through these rocky spiritual transitions. So very important. And this grand trine in fire is what's pushing so much in the background. We're going to talk about more of this tomorrow, because this grand trine comes to a head with the total lunar eclipse. A total lunar eclipse knocks this grand trine on the head. Today, Mars in Sagittarius at step 15 is saying, move forward with philosophy, Sagittarius, that is emulating step 15. What's step 15? When the mind is mindful of the heart. So philosophies that are mindful of the heart is the encoding here. And guess what? There's Jupiter at Joy Quest 7, which means God is pumping through our heart big time right now. And of course, Uranus retrograde at step 5. And really the whole lunar eclipse event is about changing our mind about something. That's why I think Mercury is retrograde at this moment. That's step 14 in Uranus in Aries. That to me is the power point of all of our personal change. And I've done a ton of meditation before this show and for tomorrow's show, and I hope to help you along with what this shift is. Jupiter at step 16 does mean that if you're in your heart, God is talking to you right now. So some people go, does God talk to me all the time, actually? But in this particular moment, major broadcasts going on if you tune in, okay? Like, so it's through the heart that the answers will come. That's a clue. And this is really it. This is the Dixie. This is the change. This sun opposing Uranus in Aries climaxes in the next 24 hours. The lunar eclipse is the climax event. And it's a Joy Quest 5 on Uranus side. The sun is, can you believe that the lunar eclipse happens exactly at the time the sun climaxes in its opposition to Uranus? It's those orchestra notes that are so perfectly timed. Now, technically, the lunar eclipse is a step 15, not a step 14. So the sun is just one step past this Uranus. That's where the lunar eclipse is, which is also fascinating. But what this really is that Uranus in Aries is our ego. Something of our ego is in the way. And the problem is that our ego is a good thing when it comes to survival. Our ego is a good thing when it comes to protecting us. Our ego is not a good thing when it's in the way of what we want to do. So we're all facing that right now with this. And that brings us to today's Sensei Sunrise. Up here in Machu Picchu. Check this out. This is a theater. This is a theater that I think, oh no, this is actually just the ledge landscaping, excuse me. And that little house at the top is a guardhouse that was overlooking, before you had to go past that guardhouse to get into the city. That's just like if you're hanging out. So, very cool, high altitude stuff. And that's kind of the whole point here, is that we want to go high altitude here today. Your joy question, you choose to accept it, is a cosmic shift. How do we have a cosmic shift? Well, it's all in the secret of the step 3, really. What that third step is, and I'll take us there. First, we set up our day to love and trust and love and protect. First, we love and protect. So if you have a hard time trusting your life, you haven't protected it. That's why you can't trust it, because you didn't check to see if the door was locked. Okay? So you can't trust if you haven't checked to see if the door is locked. The mindfulness of the boundary is what protects you. So the first thing we do is we love and protect our life, and we trust our foundational sense. And then what we're going to do today is go along with our beliefs. That's the whole thing, to go along with our beliefs. Now, yesterday, on Sunday, when we followed our emotions and it was a bicycle race with Freddie Mercury, yesterday we were feeling maybe the truth of what we believe. So you might have, in the last 24 hours, felt the truth of what you believe, something you believe. That's where we want to go. The truth is your heart said, yes, this is true. And we'll talk more about that. So what this does is that when we follow our beliefs and not what we see in front of us, we end up finding that we belong somewhere else. We belong somewhere else in the matrix of life, in the intuitive matrix, I call it. The intuitive matrix of life, our I am, our instant messaging of everything in the universe. We are intuitively matrixed into one part of society. But if we're living according to our beliefs, we often find we belong somewhere else. And even if we are in the right place, like we're up on Machu Picchu and they're like, hey, I totally belong here, and you're going through a step 4 day on the peak of Machu Picchu, you're still in this thing going, you know what, I think I belong over there now. I want to look at the west side of the mountain. So even then, human beings are moving according to how their heart is shifting. So meditate today on what you truly believe. And we'll take that idea farther in the Daily Gong after this. Hello, my friends. There's a Mercury retrograde moment right there. Caught naked without a graphic. So I just want to remind you, in the SOULMARTME store we have, if you join our email list, I'm emailing out a coupon. They'll give you $3 off. You can even go back and buy your rising sign if you want. Now, the Megascope monthlies take you through the end of the month. So if you want to see how this story is going to end, definitely watch your Megascope monthly and definitely take advantage of my $3 off coupon. That $3 off coupon will be emailed to you once you join our email list, and you'll be able to rent and watch immediately with the coupon. Incidentally, if you want a little time in front of me, you can get some right now. I'm doing 15-minute readings for $39.95, and you can just see right ahead up until October 31st where my availability is there. I'm very grateful to be in front of some new clients. It's been fantastic to meet some people. And that brings us to today's gong. I'm still getting used to my own pace here. So today's gong is, what does your heart believe? The truth is in the matrix of consciousness, belief is us connecting to what our heart really wants. That's what belief is meant for. Belief is to empower what our heart wants. Belief, of course, has been hijacked by a lot of institutions in the world to take you away from what your heart wants. A lot of these institutions and things are all designed to tax you. They want a piece of your energy. So really, your belief, really, in the way it works as far as the matrix of Sirius joy, the matrix of manifesting reality, the matrix of reaching this mountaintop in your life, is that your heart has the answer of what you really believe. So let's put this in practical terms. You're stuck today, and you have to pay a bill, but you don't have the money. Kind of a breakdown. Oh, Lord, everything's breaking down. What does your heart believe? Does your heart believe it's going to be okay? All right, let's go that way then. Let's gamble on what our heart believes, I think is the question. Let's try to do that. The problem is, and this is where I'm setting up for the lunar eclipse and tomorrow's show, The problem is that when we say and go with what our heart wants, our mind, what I call the smartass, has a lot to say about that. So today, go with what your heart believes and observe what the smartass says, especially the Mercury retrograde. You'll be able to observe it. You'll be able to watch your thoughts go by and just not care right now. That's the retrograde in motion. And notice what your heart believes and what the smartass says. And to me, that is the beginning of the domino effect, my friend, for your cosmic shift. All right, but before you go down your cosmic shift, hey, let's take a look at the moods of each of your brothers and sisters. And today, I'm giving you a hint on what your heart is actually looking for, starting with the Scorpios. Sunny and innocent today for the Scorpions. Here's a hint. What is your career calling you to do? What does your heart want with your career? There's a lot of clues about your overall heart over there. Step 1, the Leo, sunny and transforming today. Here's your hint. What do you want to be seen as? You don't have to tell anybody, but what do you want to be seen as? I think that's the hint of where lions need to look at. Cancer, sunny and philosophical. Your hint is, what are you really worth? What does your heart believe you are really worth, Cancer? There's a philosophy thing there. Step 3's the Sagittariuses. Sunny and recharging. What do you secretly believe, Sagittarius? Secretly. Oops, that's the wrong music thing. We're just full of mistakes here today. I love that I lived the retrograde in motion. I was trying to turn off the gogs. But step 3 is the Sagittariuses. Sunny and recharging today. Just keep going. Just pick up and keep going. What do you secretly believe? I mean, I think that's it for the Sagittariuses. You're already so cool because your heart and your beliefs are pretty much lined up as a zodiac species. So today it's like, what do you really believe? I just think you're afraid of what society might say. Step 4, the Aquariuses, sunny and manifesting today. Here's your hint. What partners are really on your level? So when your heart goes, I belong to be working with these people. I belong to be married to that person. That's where your heart's going to show you what you really are, Aquarius. I know it's freaky, but that's what the planets say. Step 5, the Gemini, sunny and professional today. Here's a hint. What do you secretly think? I'm not saying what you would say. I'm saying, what do you secretly think? So Gemini should definitely be watching their mind in the retrogrades. Step 6, the Librans, sunny and alert today. Here's your hint. What do you wish you could be? If you could just be anything you wanted and not have any interference at all, what do you wish you could be? Step 7, the Pisces, sunny and cool with the moon in their sign for nearly a third day in a row. Here's your hint. What would you do all day long if you could, Pisces? All day long. All right? That's the hint and secret, I think, to something that your heart truly believes. Step 8, the Capricorn, sunny and chatty today. Capricorn's probably out doing business. Here's your hint, though. What do you think you secretly really deserve? What do you really feel like in your heart you deserve? There's a philosophy shift there if you follow it. Step 9's the Aries, cloudy and spiritual today. They're all inward. Here's your hint. What do you truly love the most? You don't have to tell anybody, but you got to be honest with yourself and start there. Step 10, the Tauruses, sunny and social today. How comfortable do you really want to live? Yeah, I know that sounds, yeah, that's it. How comfortable do you really want to live? What does your heart really want to live in every day? There's something about your philosophy behind that answer. Step 11, the Virgos, sunny and sentimental today. They're tied to their partners today. But here's your hint. What is God really telling you? What is God really telling you in your heart? I think Virgos know something that we don't know, and I'm just saying. All right, here we are, stepping along in the Light Walker Parade. Now I want the music off. That's funny. There it goes. Today in Venus Prime Health, supplements to take today. Vegetable extract. So we're going through 10 days of supplements you just got to have in your diet. This is number 9, and we're saying vegetable extract. Watch and see why. I released an Astro Extra episode for the Mercury retrograde discussing how things fall apart and how I live up to it. So if you haven't seen it, you can go down to soulgarden.tv in the Astro Extra blog. You'll see it there. You'll also see it in the Astro Extra playlist on the YouTube channel at soulgarden.tv. And my mother has pulled the Justice card again. I know, she pulled that last week. She's pulled it again, so maybe I should go down and read it myself one more time, but see what that means. It makes total sense, though, with the Sun in Libra. It's just so funny. Mom's cards are always right. And don't forget, we have a mega date. October 7th through October 8th is a mega date in your megascopes that discusses the total lunar eclipse. And my next show will discuss that as well. But today, do your homework and follow what your heart believes. We'll get there. If you're watching on YouTube, please be kind and do subscribe. We appreciate that. Or you can be our friend on Facebook by navigating to soulgarden.me. Takes you to the facebook.me part of it. And if you join our mailing list, all sorts of bonus prizes and coupon codes emailed to you every day at 3 a.m. But the kindest thing to do is to tell your friends and family. If you've warmed your heart today here by our fire, tell them about soulgarden.tv. We do appreciate it. And this brings me now to the Soul Nirvana, the song of the day. So good, too. I don't know if I'm a self-living prophecy today with not giving up, but I didn't give up today. And that's the, I think, if you ever remember this Peter Gabriel song, Don't Give Up, beautiful, with Kate Bush singing. Yeah, this one is first, and she sings Rest Your Head, don't worry, you worry too much. That's right. This will help you feel really much better if you're having a hard time with today, my friends. And, of course, this is from the album of So, Peter Gabriel's So, which is one of my favorite albums in the world. Definitely on my iPhone and been there forever. So, my friend, listen to your heart. Try and follow what you believe today. Don't give up. Keep walking in that direction. And I'll see you in 24 hours for the lunar eclipse Namaste special. Until then, remember I love you and live, love, be.